this. I didn't have a soft life, but my kids sure do, and I love that for them. Let me say this. I do not believe that my child should struggle because I did. Now, let me say this again. I do believe in understanding value, placing work ethic within my daughter. She worked all summer. She spent her money on whatever her heart desired with her money. I did not ask her for $1 of her money to do anything. That was her money. Okay. And what I think is so difficult for our parents is that they had this assumption, or they had this idea that we were to be this extension of them, right? And while my daughter thinks, she's like, oh, I go to your school, I'm living out your dream. No, sis, you're not, because I don't desire to do half the stuff you do. And I love that for you, right? The stuff that my child gets to do is blessed to be able to do, is blessed to be able to have, the vacations my kid can go on, the stuff that my kid gets to do without incident, without argument, without whatever, is her. It's for her. But it also heals something within us, if I'm being truly honest, right? Because it heals something within us to be able to give to our kids in a way that we were not given to ourselves. And we can laugh about that, kiki about it. These kids only eat crab legs. Well, they only eat crab legs because that was all we gave them, right? But as soon as we're able to articulate to our kids how, why, and where, and what, the better off we're all going to be. I think our parents, and I laugh about this because my parents always make it seem like they struggle, right? And I had to break down for my dad. He's like, well, I grew up in the Robert Taylor homes. And I'm like, sir, you grew up in the Robert Taylor homes when it was still required to have 2-parent households, and you went to Catholic school all the way from preschool to you went to DePaul in college. Okay? My mother. We grew up on, 16th Street, and, it was rough. It was rough. We grew up on Holman and Douglas. You grew up on Holman and Douglas in a 2-parent household where both your mother and your father had good paying jobs. Your father was the first black supervisor at the post office and was 1 month away from graduating with his medical degree from the University of Chicago. So and you had a live-in nanny, right? So I have to push back on my parents when they make these statements about how rough and tumble they had it and how hard it was for them and how it's supposed to be harder for my kid. I didn't grow up hard. She not growing up hard. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.